So let's rock and roll. Right now on your screens you have a title of our webinar, and we will be covering actually quite lots of material. So please stay tuned, and I would advise you to switch off all your mobile stuff because it's just half an hour and I packed lots of things for you here. So in a way, I will be quite speedy. And please, all the questions and all other stuff we will address later because I want to squeeze and deliver the whole material in half an hour. And if you guys will be interested to know more and ask some questions, then it's going to be already off that 30 minutes limit. So please take a look at your screens, and today we will be covering first of all the idea of all-in-one basket model. So we are talking about procrastination here, but please don't be misled by that word because procrastination, it is a just well-known and powerful enemy which someone experiencing when that someone has a goal to achieve. There are category of people, or there are cases when people, despite of their wish, for some almost mysterious reasons, I mean, somehow they cannot move forward. And that phenomenon of procrastination, we will address it just a few minutes later. But what I meant by procrastination here in our problem is something which stops you. And it is a very different definition from what you will find in the internet or in any other books. Let's have a frame here in our discussion that right now we are talking about setting goal and getting there, and eliminate all obstacles on your way towards that goal. That kind of frame make it very easy for us, for coaches, because majority of people right now in our call at the moment are coaches. So please do not narrow your perception right now. Just this is some kind of narrow particular issue, procrastination. It is much broader, and it will be very clear later when I will discuss the whole concept. So we will be covering first of all the idea of the all-in-one basket model. That's how I call it. We will cover some applications, and at the end I will introduce you to the most interesting part. So please stay to the end of the webinar because there will be some nice offers and there will be some opportunities, I think, that quite lucrative for coaches to participate in. So what is it here for me? That's going to be the last part of our 30 minutes event. Let's move on. If you just make some research over internet or anywhere else about procrastination, I think maybe you, as I was confused, and you probably will be also confused. There are lots of definitions, lots of approaches, and people have really not clear agreement about what procrastination is. So in psychology, for example, procrastination refers to the act of replacing high priority actions with a task of lower priority, or doing something which one derives enjoyment from, and thus putting off important task for a later time. So delaying, and replacing something important with not important tasks. And as a result, that procrastination will lead in stress, sense of guilt, crisis, loss of personal productivity, as well as social disapproval for not meeting responsibilities or commitments. And this feeling contribute and may promote further procrastination. So if you look at procrastination as a phenomenon, you will find out that there are multiple ways how to look at that thing. So it is, from one side it's a coping mechanism, from another side it's pleasure principles or some kind of anxiety principles are involved here. So we are talking about impulsiveness. From psychological point of view, it could be disorder. And as a result, because of that multiple definitions and multiple approaches, what you will see is that someone gives you a solution. You take one book. I read multiple books on that topic, and attended several seminars and different courses, and I was, as a result, quite confused because none of them were working for me, or in one case it was working, in another it was not. And I just really wanted to find something which would work, I wouldn't say always, but with a higher probability and for as many cases as possible. And you see right now on your screens that whatever solution someone offer you in the books or somewhere else is going to be just the tip of that iceberg. And other stuff somehow, whatever solution people offering is not there. So the idea as a result was extremely simple. You see basket and all the stuff in it. And this is pretty much the principle which we decided to use in order to create that model. That's why it's all in one basket. Yeah. And the idea is that whatever stops you on your way towards your goal, we put it inside. And what we end up with is, as you can see on your screens right now, 9 groups. Right now you see that capital letters W, P, E, and in a few minutes I will explain you everything, because in a very brief way I will explain what is it all about in order to give you clear idea what inside of our concept. And then we move forward and I explain how it can be applicable for coaches, how you can use it, and so on, so on. So please be patient with me because I would like you to know how it actually works. So let's go in a very quick pace through the all 9 groups. Actually, it's going to be not 9 but double, because each group has 2 subgroups. So some people do not go forward and procrastinate because they don't know what. And by what I mean, they are not specific enough what they can do specifically. So they have an idea what's supposed to be done, but because they don't spend some time and not define what specifically they can do now about it, so they procrastinate. There are no steps. So you see WS, they are not going specific. W, this is W general, and by general I mean that motivation is not there. So they don't know what means, that to what purpose it all leading. So they procrastinate because that goal is not really connected to their higher values and higher achievements and something which they really want to get as a result of their life, in a global way. Because there is no that connection, somehow motivation is not there. So if you are in the middle, not specific and not global, but global I mean have connection with your values, like a deep stuff. So that's going to be a reason for procrastination. And those are 2 subgroups. Next, P, possible. Some people do not believe that it's actually possible. And there are again 2 subgroups. Sometimes it's not possible because of me, they doubting themselves in many different ways. How? Right now we are not going to any details. Or some people blame circumstances, and that you can see PM and PC. It's not possible because of me or not possible because of circumstances. Next group is expect. So some people procrastinate because consciously or subconsciously they expect some things to happen in the future if they reach that goal. And those things can be divided into 2 categories. One category, they could lose something positive. You see, EL, expect to lose, or expect to gain. So they can lose something positive or they can gain something negative. Consciously or subconsciously, they will be stopped. And if it's subconsciously, that's a difficult case, because it's like, yeah, I want to do that, but damn it, I don't do it for some reason. And as soon as you start digging, as soon as you go through our tool, and I will be shortly introducing you our invention, that unique powerful tool which can reveal all that stuff in 10-15 minutes time, and everything become clear. So next group and 2 subgroups about age. And age is how some people procrastinate or not going forward or not taking action because they don't know how to choose. And by choosing I mean that there are multiple ways you can pursue or you can go forward. And if you not define which way is the best, so for example they don't have criteria, they are not gonna be going forward. They don't know how to choose if there are 5 ways, for example. Some people who has one way or actually found the way to choose, they don't know how to make it forward. They don't have a plan or steps. So HC and HM don't know how to choose or how to move forward. C, some people think that I cannot, and there are ways of why I cannot. Some ways of I cannot because it's difficult. I find it difficult. Or I cannot because I don't want to go this particular way. And people without proper analysis and investigation, they just procrastinate. So I cannot because it's difficult, or I cannot because I'm not congruent with that particular way. So I cannot because I don't want to go this particular way. That could be a reason. And the tricky thing, guys, that very often it's not just one. It's 3, 4, 5 different reasons with different gradations. Can you imagine such a complexity? Because somehow the picture is like, there are several hooks holding you. Not one, but for example, 5. And some hooks are weaker, some hooks are stronger. And yeah, I will show you short what kind of representational model we chose actually in order to have it very vivid represented. So let's just finish with our groups. Group D, deserve. I do not deserve because I haven't earned it, or you see DE, or I do not deserve because I'm worthless or I'm not worth it. That's another type of procrastination or obstacles on a way towards the goal. Some people just do not act because they don't feel that they deserve to be there where they want. And failure, classical group. There are different types of failures, but we identify the two like a powerful one. Because if you fail, you're supposed to make a conclusion. And some people are judging themselves, so there is a fear of failure that as a result, you see, I will be judging myself. And this is really scary thing because you need to change the perspective, what you are capable, you're not, who you are, and so on, so on. So if some people are judgmental about themselves, lots of people, because they're supposed to, if they're not able, they're supposed to make a conclusion. And some people are fear more is about them. You see, T. So if I fail, they will judge me. So to be judged by people that I'm that, or I'm this, or I'm not able, or so on, so on, that could be a really great obstacle for people not to act. And some people not acting because the motivation is not there, or I mean they're totally okay not to reach that goal. And again, we identify two subgroups. I am okay because it's not so important right now. Or another subgroup, you see, I am okay because it's not so urgent. And all those nuances, all those excuses, they are resulting in a picture that you are not really acting. The last one, 9th group, resources. Some people do not act because they have excuse, or they tell themselves that, or they develop certain pattern that they don't have time. They do other things. Or some people, they don't have resources and they don't have energy. It seems like they do have time, but somehow when it comes to do that particular thing, they are exhausted already. So do not have time, or do not have energy, or do not have both, because some people are combining everything together. So you see, as a result, it seems like we put, I'm not claiming everything, and I'm not claiming this is the ultimate cure. What I'm saying is that we combine everything what so far we could come up with, everything what we know from all the areas, NLP and coaching, psychology, whatever, everything is here. And of course, the model is open. If you find something else, then there will be 10 groups, more subgroups. It doesn't change anything. So I'm very much welcome to hear some other new additions to our model. It's not going to change anything from our approach. As a result, the way it looks like this, you could use that tool in multiple ways. For example, if you are enrolled in our program to test how it works and to see if you have your own issues, and I honestly believe everyone procrastinates in a very unique way, because otherwise we would be reaching our goals like instantly. Everyone would do it, but somehow it's not the case. So I am procrastinating, and everyone in some particular way procrastinate. I think that course just amazing tool for people to dive into and to check their ways, how they resist, or how they the way their psyche is somehow prevent them from moving smoothly forward. So, or you could use that tool just directing your client. If you are a coach and you have already coaching agreement with your client, so our tool is going to be working literally like for $3-4. I mean, to take a test, to have a picture, and bam, you have already very clear starting point where your client is. So literally, you could ask your client, okay, please take the test and come to my intake session, or take the test and then we will develop a strategy how to move forward. You have a quite amazing, finally, measuring tool, and your client instantly see that, wow, I have so many things to work through. That's really complicated. That's really, that looks scary. I mean, in a good way. So there are some things to work, and it is a complicated thing, because you see, after your client going into our website and taking a test, you're just gonna copy and paste the link where the test is. You could find it right now in your chat window. Yes. And in the end, it's a headwaycoachinggroup.com and then /PAPK, personal anti-procrastination key. Yeah. So just go there. And right now, please do not, but at least you could see that it's exists and it's working. And at the end, you're supposed to insert some promotional code, which I will be sending to you shortly after our webinar, and you could take test and see how it works. But as a result, after you take the test, it takes maybe 10-15 minutes. Then click submit and put promo code, and you will get through your email or in your email box letter with a link. You click a link, and the picture which right now you see on your screens, the key, that's your personal anti-procrastination key. And what I mean personal is that that key is, it's not just unique to your type of procrastination. It's unique in the combination of the goal which you identified as your main goal to achieve. Because what we discovered over our analysis and research is that depending on the goal, your key will be different. So it is quite unique. If for some reasons you are procrastinating not to go to a fitness center, it doesn't mean that the problems or procrastination sources or those hooks which are holding you are the same as you procrastinate, for example, about not doing your dissertation or not completing your tax papers. It could be completely different, or could be just overlapping in some areas. So, unique key, really unique. It's not just your key for all procrastination problems. No, it's your key for that particular problem. Well, so and what you also can do, because if you are going through the course with us, I mean like inside of our community and decided to take a program, then you could go even further. You can click on any of those. Let me show you again. So, for example, if you click on any of those here or here, or on any of those teeth, yeah, of any particular tooth of our key, as a result, you will get the pop-up window. And that window will describe you what exactly that tooth is all about, what is your issue, what is it, what is the area which right now you are looking for to analyze. Yeah, and also there will be few links about solutions, because you could go for level 1, level 2 solution, but this is already like that's how our program will be working. So as a result, you will go deeper and deeper, and you have your own way of working through that procrastination issue which you have. And if you are directing, for example, as a coach, directing client to our site just to generate procrastination key, that thing will be locked. So the people who are just participating in the program with us, so those features will be unlocked. So there are ways how we could, use or offer that tool for outside work or coaches who are just working with clients, and also we could use it for our internal purposes and go in like in some automated way. It's quite flexible system here we are developing, and that's it pretty much, because that's how we assembled that model together in order to address all the possible reasons, for people, all the possible reasons for people to procrastinate. And I have few minutes, 3 minutes. I'll try to get very quickly to the end of our webinar, because I think I covered at least the structure of the model, and the whole idea of all in one basket is just include everything. And our idea is that as soon as we generate that key, and as soon as the person know, yeah, there are ways how I could deal with my issues, then we can use power. And power, there are multiple powers can be involved together. Power of group and power of professional coaching. So what we designed a 2 months program, and people will be enrolled in a 2 months terms, meaning 8 weeks, and be in a group where all people are working with their own particular issues, and that group will be facilitated by professional coach and trainer who's specially trained for that procrastination course and trained with our company. So 1 session per week, 1 hour, duration 8 weeks. And the good stuff about that is precise procedure. It's a strategy, and it's a vehicle. So as soon as you enrolled, the train goes, and you will be supported with the group. You will be supervised by coach and trainer, and the group will be supported to each other between session periods, and step by step going through all possible obstacles, defining plans, strategies, and moving forward. So teamwork, support, and plus powerful, well-developed tool. This is our course. And the course is going to cost £295 for 2 months of work with a highly professional trained coach. So this is our offer for clients. And right now, because right now in our call coaches, I would like to get to the main point, which I think every coach potentially can really benefit from. And again, very briefly, first of all, as a coach, you can measure starting point. You could ask to take the test in the end of your work with the client. You could ask to take a test in the middle and see that some teeth already eliminated or getting smaller, or some picture is changing and everything is moving. So it is a tool which allows you finally to measure. Lots of coaches are struggling with measuring anything. I understand there is a balance wheel and they are trying to ask client to put some numbers and so on, but this tool so much more tangible and so much more complicated and sophisticated. It is a measuring tool, and I personally think it perceived by clients much better than balance wheel. And so the third one is you have an option as a coach to get into our community and to become affiliate. And by affiliate, I mean that you can promote our product and that particular program, not for, as usually we offer on a level 1, we offer 20% discount, but for coaches we are offering 30% fee if through your work we have clients enrolled in our program. And what is it 30%? Just to make sure that one person comes from you, you receive £100. 10 people, some coaches already have well-developed social media, some connections with Twitter, Facebook, or whatever. It depends on how your business is developed or where you're working and what you're actually doing. But if you do have possibility to spread the word, and for example, you were able to get the whole group 10 people, so you see your fee getting really substantial. And this is just being enrolled in an affiliate program, but you also can do other things which will be aiding to your affiliated efforts. So to become a certified trainer, and that's bring 25% of the group earning, meaning, as you can see, let me just go back. As you can see, 25% of 10 people we are planning right now in a group working. So your salary, I would say, or your fee is going to be 750 pounds. But you need for that to be a actually certified trainer. So I will tell you what conditions are. And as a result, if you combine, like you decided to go for sign up for affiliates, and actually this is free of charge, there is nothing, it's just your will. Yes, I like the program, and I am willing to spread the word about it, and you will get your own link, and you could just post it and do whatever usually people do to promote some products. And as a result, I'm gonna show you what you will have combining to be affiliate and to be a trainer. You see on the left side you are just a trainer, and on the right side you see that plus 1000, meaning that if you enrolled one person or two person, or if you're able to enroll the whole group, wow, that's going to be your maximum earning, 1750 pounds. And I am talking, please don't forget that I am talking about 1 hour per week for 8 weeks. So of course it depends on your capabilities over the social media and your marketing efforts, but it can be a great help to your business, whatever type of business you are involved in, because we are talking right now about 1 hour per week. So this is pretty much my offer for coaches. And again, not satisfied, we are totally confident in our tool. If you're not satisfied, 100% guarantee. And of course, we have a deadline because we would like to start our first program 1st of June, meaning that as soon as the May is over, that's why I wrote here 2359, meaning that actually 31st of May is going to be the last day. So please try to make up your mind, and I will send you a recording of that webinar shortly. And if you have any questions, I will stay a little bit more longer because I don't want to hold other people who are here just for 30 minutes. If you have any questions, just post it over our chat window and I will answer with pleasure, because there are some details what you need to and what are conditions in order to be a trainer. There are some multiple, of course, multiple conditions, and I could go into the details if you are interested in. But in any case, I will send you all recordings and all the links and promo codes, and you will test, you will be able to test our tool to see how it works, how long will it take, and yeah, that's all thing will be clear in 1-2 days as soon as you get all information from me in your mailbox. So this is pretty much all. Thank you very much for your time, for coming here and spending some time with us. And I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye, guys.